CES was long and tough, but I had a blast. I got to meet so many different people. I got to meet with different brands. I also got to work with a friend that I met at Camera Camp. We did some creative work for a company that was present at CES. They actually had their own booth, and we helped run their booth as well as do some creative work with some interviews and meet other creators as well. So all in all, it was a great experience. I really hope that if you do have opportunity ever to attend, if you're ever in Vegas in the first or second week of January, CES is like Best Buy on steroids. It is like Disneyland. It is 10,000 square feet of all new tech, everything that you can think of, from smart home stuff to AI to all the crazy buzzwords. So I'm going to call out some of the best things that I've seen at CES. Now, keep in mind, I did not see every single thing, but this is what I saw, and I think that you should be paying attention to. All right, so the first thing I want to talk about is autonomous driving. So the first thing I did when I walked into CES was see a autonomous driving demo with the Volkswagen van. Now, I'm really interested in this van, mostly being that it is all EV, but the technology around autonomous driving has been really, really growing over the last 10 years. I've been a huge fan of Tesla and what they've enjoyed, their autonomous features, the ability to keep the car in the lane, keep it up with traffic, even exit a on-ramp, make turns, park the car, all of those things. Well, one thing that I did not like about the Tesla is that the driving experience was pretty boring. It was like riding on a train. It was like riding in a golf cart that was electric. And that is where this new technology comes in. It talks a lot about the AI and the intelligence that goes into designing a driving experience that is unique to the person, unique to the culture, unique to the driving terrain, and unique to the vehicle itself. So when you're thinking about the future of cars and how cars are going to end up being mostly autonomous, you think about how boring the car ride would be. This technology allows manufacturers to do is to build in some sort of driver profile or driver schema. You can have an athletic or sporty style driving. You can have a peaceful, serene, calm driving. It's really cool to really think about it like this. Like if you get into a Porsche and you want to have a sporty drive around the mountain and you want to have a really good time, you could set that and it would take you through the mountains and have a great time. Or you could have a nice peaceful ride where you have a dog or a baby in the car and you're just trying to listen to a book or a podcast. I really think that stuff like that is what makes the future very, very bright, and how we can really think about autonomous cars in a better way. Another thing that I saw that was really cool was Hyundai's excavator. Now, this was something from a sci-fi movie. It's essentially the same thing, just an excavator that is autonomous, that can actually do and perform like a normal excavator can, but you could do all types of programs and routines to build stuff. And so it would be really cool to like see somebody use one of these to deploy and build a bunch of pools like in a subdivision. Imagine how effective something like this can be on a job site, and you really just have to have training on monitoring these excavators. So I just think that the technology and autonomous driving and in general what can happen in fleet vehicles is really, really exciting. So definitely be excited for that in the future of autonomous driving. Drone soccer. Now, this reminded me a lot of Rocket League, but it also reminded me a lot of that Harry Potter game, Quidditch. So drone soccer is essentially a 5v5 drone match where the objective is for the attacker to go into the goal of the other team. Now, you have one goalkeeper, 3 defenders, and 1 attacker. And all the drones are doing is trying to battle and bounce each other out to keep each other from scoring. It is a really cool concept. I love the 1-3-1 formation. I love how there's different strategies. And it's actually a really big deal. We actually got to see a match at CES, which was really cool. And that is just something I was extremely excited about. And I actually want to try, it'll be really cool to try to do that one day just to play. The other booth that I was really excited to see was Sony. Sony really killed it this year, only because I'm just a huge fan of Sony. I have a huge nostalgia for them. And I mean, everything from their autonomous drivings and their camera technology, as well as the Afeela vehicle, that is the most beautiful EV I've ever seen. It is so nice. I mean, it has a PlayStation controller inside. So, I mean, that just adds everything that you need in a vehicle. Sony also had a Last of Us booth where I got to play the Last of Us Part 2 remastered for PS5. The new game mode is really cool, and I really think that if you are a fan of Last of Us, you will find a lot of replay value in this new game mode. I saw at CES that I was very shocked to see is the amount of companies that have got into external batteries or batteries for solar or at-home backup. Everyone is moving towards solar, and if you need solar, you need batteries. What I've noticed is that a lot of companies out there are offering battery technology now. I have a battery with Enphase, and if I would have waited, or if there was a option for me to go with a brand like EcoFlow or Goal Zero or something like that, I think I would have waited and gone with that. I will say that Enphase right now is solid, and they are doing a good job. I can do a video about my solar a little bit later. I do plan to do a smart home setup for you guys, so you guys can see what I got going on. Batteries are something that I really didn't expect to see a lot of at CES, but I saw a good bit of battery technology. There were portable batteries from Jackery and Goal Zero and Blue Eddy and all these other companies, EcoFlow. I was really interested in the portable batteries because I am going to be building out my Jeep Gladiator and my camper so that I can work up to the point where we can take a family trip to Alaska with both our Jeeps. So I'm going to be building out my Go Fast camper, and I do need some sort of battery system. I've thought about doing a lithium ion battery system, but I really just want something that is coming out of the box and something that is not hardwired and that I can remove from the vehicle if I need to. I'm hoping that the battery technology is something that I can take advantage of. There are a lot of new batteries out that get more capacity with a smaller size. And so with the setup that I'm trying to do in the back of my Jeep, I'm hoping that this is something that will be helpful for me in the future. TCL. So I stumbled upon the TCL booth. It was a huge booth. Between their TVs and their gaming monitors and everything that they had going on, they just did a great job. Their entire booth was really fun. I played COD on PC. I also got to take a look at some of the new computer monitors. They have these bending monitors. They have a lot of really, really cool stuff. TCL has come a long way since I remember them coming out. They kind of remind me of that company Vizio that gained in popularity the last time I was at CVS. Hisense really had a really cool booth. They had some art TVs that actually looked like art, very similar to the Samsung Serif TV, except that it had really good speakers in the bottom of the TV. So whatever Hisense is doing, definitely check them out this year. I'm really interested to see how Hisense and Samsung and other companies are going to change the way TVs are viewed in the living room and in your living spaces. Because between the transparent OLED TVs and all of these other designs, TVs really don't need to take up a huge portion of your living space anymore. One of my favorite subreddits is TV Too High, and it's just a subreddit of people who are mounting their TV in the complete, like, just, in my opinion, the wrong way. Of course, it's everyone's home. They can do what they want to do. But I just think that there are some general rules that you want to follow when you mount your TV, mostly for usability, also for design, and also for a little bit of aesthetics. There's just a certain way to do it. And depending on your living space, I think that everyone can find the perfect spot to mount their TV. Sometimes it's not that hard. Sometimes it is very difficult. But these art TVs are going to make it much easier to mount your TV just about anywhere and it not be an obtrusive just eyesore. And so the last thing that I saw was the Dirtbox Overland. They had a Ford Raptor set up over at the Jackery booth. That was really cool to see because I have a Jeep Gladiator that really needs some storage systems, and I've really been looking at the deck system, but I don't really like the way that it sets up and it installs. It does not feel very, very sturdy to me. This one felt solid. It felt heavy. It felt like it was a part of the truck. And so I'm interested to see what they have coming. This is just a prototype. And so I think they are based out here in Colorado, and I'm hoping that I can get connected with them to see what they have and maybe get a early hands-on to give you guys a preview of what my truck could look like if I do go with a storage system that is built like that versus building my own. Well, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. This has been an amazing year. I have some more stuff to share. I also got to go to a YouTube Collective Creator event. I also got to go to some after parties at CES and meet some other creators who are out there grinding just as hard as me and trying to bring you guys good coverage as well as talk about technology and lifestyle and gear. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. stay up.